Made in Italy. Made in Italy is written and directed by James Darcy and it stars Michael Richardson, Liam Neeson, Valeria Belello, and Lindsay Duncan. At the time of recording, Made in Italy is number 3 on the Australian box office. Worldwide, it has made $463,000. Domestically, it has made $256,000 here in Australian cinemas. Number 2 over the weekend was Star Wars: A New Hope, making over $310,000. So, of the newer films that have come out, Made in Italy is the big winner over the weekend. Force of Nature was about $50,000 less, and Peninsula, admirably, was just a tick under as well. But this isn't a box office report. This is a movie review video, and I saw Made in Italy just last night, and this is my review. Made in Italy follows the story of Jack, who is in debt and needs to find sufficient funds to keep his art gallery that he owns in London. And he knows that there is the old family home just sitting in Tuscany, Italy, waiting to be refurbished, repainted, and then sold off and possibly have a profit made off of it as well. But first, he needs to get the permission and the help of his dad, Robert, who is played by Liam Neeson. And from there, you can predict where this film is going to go. And by the time the third act rolls around, it was bleedingly obvious where it was going to land in. But this film definitely has its pros, and I'll start off with those. James Darcy wrote and directed this film. If you don't know him or if the name sounds familiar, he was a prominent character in the Agent Carter television series. He shot Tuscany very nicely because this is a beautiful film to look at. It always kept my eyes looking to all corners of the screen. It was just really, really pretty to look at. I definitely want to go to Tuscany and crack open a bottle of red wine and sit on the back deck, that's for sure. Liam Neeson was fairly good, and so was his real life son, Michael Richardson. It was jarring to see Liam Neeson play the character he plays, a pretentious, angry old painter. But he pulled it off fairly well. But my favorite character of the film was Natalia, and I was charmed by her. Yes, she is a striking woman, but I really liked her character, and maybe it was just the setting as well that made me uh, pop on the old rose-colored glasses whenever she was on screen. But I really liked her, and Lindsay Duncan. She pops her head in as the real estate agent Kate, and she had a couple of good old lines. And this film is full of f bombs, and there's a few that there's a few that they all throw out there, and yeah, I wasn't expecting as much coarse language as there was in this film. Other than that, I think that's really the only surprise in this film. Again, it's a nice and pleasant film. It's only 90 minutes long, but pretty much as soon as we are halfway through the first act, you get a sense on where this is all going to go, uh, and therefore it does become boring. And let alone that, the pace it's slow, but some of the comedy that the director has written for this film, it doesn't really match the pace that he sets at. What I mean by that is it's almost like the first half of this film has scrubs like comedy, and it's almost slapstick, very silly, very innocent comedy. And it's like the pace and the comedy, they just sort of don't match up really. And so some of the comedy is kind of awkward. And there's one in particular scene where they're all sitting around at a dinner table, and there's some slow mo happening while they're eating, and it's just like, wow, that was a little bit awkward. Some jokes land, some jokes don't. And one of the bigger problems that I have too with Made in Italy is the first half of the film seems like it's going to just be that romantic comedy. And then just before the third act begins, it turns into a grey old drama about the loss of a loved one. Uh, and I don't want to go into too much. Liam Neeson and Michael Richardson, excuse me, they do play off on the real life tragedy that occurred to them in 2009. And yeah, Liam Neeson does bring it for sure. There's definitely one part that sort of made me go, "Whoa, whoa, that's he's pulling from something very, very honest there." But yeah, if you're going to go to the cinemas to see it, definitely make sure it's a cheap Tuesday. If not, just simply stream it, and it is available to stream. I think in the United States anyway. I can't remember if it's available to stream for Australians, but it is available in cinemas. But I'd probably just wait uh, and not risk it, and make sure that you stream it once it's available to stream. This is a 2.5 out of 5 film for me. That's it's a positive 2.5 out of 5. It's just not a memorable one. But it was pleasant, and if I ever see it again, I'll watch a couple of scenes for sure. Again, thank you very much for watching my movie review. Expect more in the not too distant future, and I wish you nothing but the best. Thank you.